Recently, Highland Software announced they'd like to hire 150 more employers in 2015, mostly software developers. This is great news for Northeast Ohio, but everyone in the tech community here is scratching our heads. Where are they going to find this talent? As of this morning, there were nearly 800 open software development jobs in our area. These are high-paying jobs. They start at $50,000, quickly go up to $75,000, and you do not need a 4-year degree for most of them. Forget computer science, you don't need a 4-year degree, period. You might think that Java is a cup of coffee or MySQL sounds like a bad movie, but the coding that those languages represent, you've used. You're addicted to your Facebook games, you love your interactive websites. Everyone knows that technology is exploding. It powers everything from Silicon Valley to the companies in this building. And you walk around and see kiosks and screens, and I see open jobs. At the same time, we all know the Cleveland education system is in a state of crisis. According to the most recent statistics, only 53% of CMSD students will graduate high school. Only 15% will graduate college. So it's hard to believe, but summer is coming, and with it, over 1,000 CMSD students will graduate schools for whom a 4-year degree just isn't in the cards, whether it's because of finances or academics. So my name is Matt Fieldman, and I enjoy connecting the dots. Here in Cleveland, we have two dots. We have a huge demand for software coders, and we have a huge potential labor force in our youth. Cleveland Codes is about connecting those two dots and offering inner-city youth, ages 18 to 21, the chance to have fulfilling long-term careers in software development. Over the past 4 years, I've been helping Brandon Krostowski with launching Edwin's Leadership and Restaurant Institute. I serve as the board president. So I've seen the power of offering low-income individuals the chance to build better lives through intense, demanding jobs. There, we offer formerly incarcerated men and women the chance to start careers in the culinary world. Here, we're talking about software development. We've learned a lot through Edwin's, and it's time to apply that model to another field. There's a third dot you need to know about as well. Locally, we have a world-renowned software boot camp called the Software Craftsmanship Guild. It's based out of Akron, and mid-career professionals come from all over the country. They pay $10,000 for a 3-month curriculum, and they leave with the skills you need to be a great coder. They have a 96% placement rate of their grads in technology jobs. And here's the best part. They have a social side, and they've agreed to take their 3-month highly intensive bootcamp curriculum and adapt it to be 6 months so that we can train people who are less experienced and come in a little bit more raw for this. So connecting low-income youth to software development careers is an idea that makes perfect sense. It's actually already happening around the country in St. Louis, in New York City. There's even a video of what's going on in San Quentin Prison where people are learning coding. So how do we make this happen in Cleveland? Well, I'm glad you asked. Between March and May of this year, we're going to go to young people and say, you know how you love your cell phone? Well, I'm going to teach you how to have a career on your phone, and you're going to make a great living building the apps that you love to play. But first, you have to pass an assessment. Not everybody's built for coding. I'm certainly not. So the idea is, let's create a feasibility study, an online assessment where people can check it out, take a quick 20-question quiz, and see if they have the math, the logic, the reasoning you need to become a really good coder. Those who pass will then go through interviews. We want to make sure this is a good fit, so that by June of this year, we'll identify 30 up-and-coming young people to matriculate into the 6-month program. They'll do apprenticeships to gain experience, and then eventually we'll place them in technology jobs around Cleveland. The plan right now is that the program will be hosted by the Boys and Girls Club in main headquarters in Slavic Village. They have a great space, and they have relationships with over 8,000 Cleveland youth that they can leverage for this opportunity. Like Edwin's, Cleveland Codes is designed to be a sustainable social enterprise. After 90 days on the job, we're going to charge employers $5,000 for that successful placement. When the person reaches a year, another $5,000. So we'll have $10,000 of tuition money to pay back the providers. And I already have several tech companies who have signed up for exactly that model. And after the first round, 2 other companies approached me and said, we like this model we're in. So that's cool. Thank you. So where do we go from here? Well, first, as I mentioned, we need to do this feasibility study. So we're in the process of raising, it was $13,000, now it's $11,000, to create that online mini assessment and spread it widely to any school, club, or youth group that wants to offer their kids this opportunity. So we already have lots of organizations on board. As I mentioned, the Boys and Girls Club, Youth Opportunities Unlimited, Newbridge, Open Doors Academy, and more. We also have the support of BioEnterprise and Jumpstart to make the connections with local companies who want to hire. We'll launch the first cohort this summer, and we could have our first graduates before the end of this year. Once we prove this is successful, we'll have a sustainable, replicable, and scalable model where we can potentially train hundreds of young people for coding jobs. Nationally, in the next 5 years, there will be 1 million of these jobs open and unfilled in our country. This is our chance to seize the moment. Winning Accelerate would accelerate the advancement of Cleveland codes. It would help make it a reality. Thank you.